מוריי ורבותיי, 10 days ago we had Tisha B'Av, destruction of the Bet HaMikdash. All the story about what happened there, it's written in Masechet Gittin. The Gemara tells us all the story, what happened. The one that saved Am Israel from destruction at that time was one man, Rabban Yohanan ben Zakkai. In Masechet Berachot, the Gemara said what happened when Rabban Yohanan ben Zakkai passed away. The day he died, his students came to visit him. They came. When he saw them, he was crying. He was crying. They asked him, why? Rabbeinu, they told him many big things about him. They told him, you are the light of the world, light of Am Israel. Why do you cry? And he told them, I'm afraid. I'm going to the trial of Hashem. I'm going to the trial of Hashem. And you know, you cannot bribe Hashem. You cannot tell him stories. You cannot lie. Dayan ha'emet. And I don't know, he said, I don't know. There are two ways. One Gan Eden, one Gehinom, and I don't know if I go to Gan Eden or Gehinom. Rabban Yohanan ben Zakkai said, it was a few minutes before he died, he said, I am afraid, I don't know if I go to Gan Eden or to Gehinom. Who was Rabban Yohanan ben Zakkai? Rabban Yohanan ben Zakkai was living in Yerushalayim, the greatest Talmid Chacham, Talmid, student of Hillel HaZaken. So he understood that we are going to lose to the Romans. He understood Bet HaMikdash is going to be destroyed, and he thought about the future. He was the only one that thought about the future of Am Israel. What will happen to our Torah, to our nation? Will we, Chas v'Shalom, disappear like all the nations around the world? You know, every 500 years, different generations. So Chas v'Shalom, it will happen to us. He decided to prevent it. What he did, he succeeded to run away from Yerushalayim, and he went to the emperor of the Romans. He met him, he talked to him, and the emperor liked him very much. The emperor liked him, and he told him, you have any request you will ask me, I will fulfill. So he said, Ten li Yavne v'chachamea. I want a small city, Yavne. I want to build there Talmidei Chachamim. I want you to allow me to be calm there, to teach Torah, to open yeshivot, small city. And the emperor accepted. So he established there Sanhedrin. Sanhedrin, he made takanot, he made halachot, and he made students. One of his students was Rabbi Eliezer HaGadol, Rabbi Eliezer. And his student was Rabbi Akiva. Rabbi Akiva, his students were Rabbi Meir Baal HaNes, Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai. Then, next generation, Rabbi Yehuda Anasi, all the Mishnayot, and then the Gemara. Every Torah we have now, it came from who? From Rabban Yohanan ben Zakkai. He taught it to his students, generation after generation. Mishnah, Talmud, everything we have, he saved Am Israel. So the question is, a man like that, he saved all of Am Israel. A few minutes before he died, he was afraid. He said, I don't know if I go to Gan Eden or Gehinom. Of course he knew he's going to Gan Eden. You know, sometimes people don't want to talk about themselves. They have humility, anava. No, I don't know, but not in this moment. 2 minutes before he died, he didn't lie to himself. What he said, it was what he thought. He really thought. He really thought he's not sure he's going to Gan Eden. Why? Rabban Yohanan ben Zakkai, he knew what he did. He didn't lie to himself. Why? He was afraid he's going to Gehinnom. I thought, Rabotai, about that question a long time. I think when we read all the story, we can understand that. When Rabban Yohanan ben Zakkai was standing in front of the emperor, and he was talking to him, and he saw he liked him. He liked him very much. And he told him, any request you will ask me, I will fulfill. So immediately he thought, I will ask him not to destroy Jerusalem, to give me Jerusalem. So if I ask this, he thought, maybe he will give it to me. But maybe it's too much. Maybe he will not listen to me. You know, we say always, it's better to have one bird in my hand than to have 5 on the tree. Something in my hand. So if I ask Jerusalem, maybe yes, maybe not. It's a doubt if I get it. So I will ask for small thing, Yavne, and for sure I will get it. I prefer to ask for small thing and I will get it 100% than to ask for major thing and maybe I will get nothing. Has v'shalom. So then Rabban Yohanan ben Zakkai was thinking, maybe I was wrong. It was an opportunity. Maybe if I would ask for Jerusalem, I will get it. Maybe. Maybe yes. He couldn't know until his last second in this world. He didn't know if he could ask for Jerusalem or not. And Rabotai, suppose he would ask for Jerusalem and he would get it. Bet HaMikdash was not destroyed. We were, all of us in Eretz Israel, not exiled, nothing. So, although he did major things, Rabban Yohanan ben Zakkai, but all the time he thought, yes, I did, but maybe I could make something 100 times more. Maybe if I would ask for Jerusalem, I would get Jerusalem. Maybe yes, maybe not. Because of that, he said, I don't know if I go to Gan Eden because of what I did, all the mitzvot, all the Torah, or maybe not because what I could do and I didn't. That was a question. Rabotai, every one of us has to think about that. We have to think. Baruch Hashem, I see people here, all of them, Yirei Shamayim, tzaddikim, praying every day, learning Torah, tefillin, Shabbat, mitzvot, follow rabbis, educate their children at good schools, Baruch Hashem. But one day we will have to report to Hashem what we did in this world. We did like this, like that. We will say many things good we did. But what Hashem will ask us, what you could do and you didn't. You could do with your brothers for Am Israel. Why didn't you use the power I gave you to help the others that didn't have the zechut to have Torah and mitzvot? Did you care about your brothers? I will give you, Rabotai, a nice mashal. There was a man, he was rich, and he lived in America. But before he went to America, he lived in Israel, 2 sons in yeshiva. The 2 sons grew up and got married. One of them became very rich man, very rich. He had a big factory, big business, and 1 son. The other brother was poor. Even shoes he didn't have. And he had 10 children. The father was living in America at the time that no airplane, only ship, and no telephone, nothing. One day, the father wrote a letter to his rich son. He told him, my son, look, I have a younger son in America. He's getting married. I want you to come to the wedding with your brother and your wives and your children. Please, I want you to come for 1 month to America. All the expenses I will pay. The son answered, Daddy, I wish I could come, but I cannot. Because I have a factory, big factory, I cannot leave the factory 1 month without me. I have to be there. The father answered, my son, my dear son, please don't tell me no. Please take your wife, your children, your brother, his wife, his children, all of you come to America, and I promise you, every single penny you will spend because of me, because of you want to give me kavod, because of my kavod, I will give it back to you. He saw the letter. He was very happy. Wow, I'm going to America. I will close the factory. My father is very rich. I will tell him it cost $1 million. He will get the money, vacation 1 month, the best vacation, and $1 million, the best. So he went to his brother and told him, look, next month we are going to America. Come with your children. I'm going to make for you passports and visa. Okay, he organized passports. He told him, look, Tuesday morning, be ready. I'm coming with a big car to take all of you to the airport. His brother said, yes, but look, we don't have shoes. Our shirts are dirty, and some of my children, they don't have even shirt. You want us to go to America like that? He told him, the rich man told him, I'm sorry, it's not my business. 7 o'clock in the morning, be ready. Okay. 7 o'clock in the morning, he came with a car, he took his brother, his children, no shirts, no shoes, nothing. Okay. They went, no airport, a seaport. Okay, they went to the ship. They went to America. When the father knew they are coming, he came to see them. He brought his friends, all of them rich people, important people. They came, and his son, the rich one, came. He kissed him. Oh, my son, I'm happy to see you. And he looked, suddenly he saw another man coming, no shoes, no, terrible. He looked a beggar, beggar. And with 10 children, and wow, he was very embarrassed. He told his assistant, look, you see this family, this group of poor people, take them to Macy's and buy for them everything. Everyone, 3 couples of shoes, shirts, everything, buy suits, everything, buy for them, and then bring them to the hotel. Okay. He did it, Baruch Hashem. 1 month passed, wedding, celebrations. After 1 month, the rich son came to his father and told him, Daddy, tomorrow I'm leaving. Okay, thank you for coming. You are leaving, goodbye. You know, in Arabic, people say, Allah ma'ak. He said, what do you mean, goodbye? I closed my factory. He said, yes, I know. Okay, go back, open the factory. But Daddy, you know, I had expenses. You had expenses? Of course you had expenses. You closed your factory, you came, you were vacationing, you enjoyed, you got hotel, so I pay for the hotel. No, but Daddy, you know, you promised me that if I have expenses, you will pay it. And every single penny you will pay, you said. The father said, did I? Did I say that? I think you had a good dream. We have a good rabbi. I will bring you to the rabbi. He will make something for your dream. What dream? What do you mean? You promised me that you will give me all the money. I promised you. Never happened. It's a dream. What do you mean? You didn't promise me? You wrote me a letter with your handwriting. I never wrote such a letter. Daddy, I have the letter in my pocket. Okay, you have the letter? Show me the letter. He took the letter, he started to read. I promise you, every single penny you will spend for my kavod, my honor, I will give it back to you. He said, you read? You hear what you read? Every single penny you will spend for my kavod. My kavod. Did you do that because of my kavod? Did you care about my kavod? If you care about my kavod, how could you let your brother comes without shoes? His children like beggars, poor people. You never took care of your brother. He is your blood, your brother. You didn't care of your brother. So you did it because of my kavod or because of your vacation, your kavod. So I don't owe you any penny. You didn't do that for my kavod. Rabotai, we can learn from that story. We pray to Hashem. We keep Shabbat. We put tefillin. Why? Because Hashem told us to do that. We want to give kavod to Hashem. And Hashem will ask every one of us, did you care about my kavod? What about your brothers? You were surrounded with many Jewish people. They didn't give their children Jewish education. Rabotai, no question, children without Jewish education, Has v'shalom, who knows what will happen to them? I met today one man. I went to him, he's a rich man. I went to ask him for donation. I didn't talk to him about donation. Instead, I was talking to him about his son, his daughters. He said, they're going to public school, but Rabbi, they get good education in the house. I told him, what do you mean in the house? In the public school, your son will meet a not Jewish girl. He will not marry her? He said, no, he's my son. Yes, I told him, yes, you heard the word love. You know what is love? He will love not Jewish girl. What will happen? He will not care about you. He will not care about Judaism, anything. If he got education in public school, big chance he will marry not Jewish girl. Your daughters, they don't get Jewish education, they will go with Goyim. Yes, Rabotai, yes. Without Torah, without mitzvot, without separation from Goyim, we have no chance. We survived 2,000 years. You know, every nation, if they go to exile from place to place, after 200-300 years, they lose their identification. An example, Sanherib, Melech Ashur. Sanherib, what he did? He mixed the world. He conquered one country and another country, then he switched people from here to here. So when people live on their land, you conquer the place, after 50 years, they will make a revolution, and that's it. They will get what they want. So he took no one, he left at his home. Everyone, another place. Exile, all the world. He mixed all the world. He was smart. An example, America. You know, Rabotai, how America is developed. Some people from England came to America with a ship, and they started small settlement. Step by step, it became a big country. And 200 years ago, a little more, they were fighting against England. At the beginning, they thought they are English. They worshipped the king, they paid tax to the king, and then in Boston it started to be fight, Washington came, and it was a war, and America, United States became an independent country. In the First World War, Germany almost destroyed England. So, United States, did they care about England? At the beginning, no. No. Why? Because although 300 years ago we were cousins, they thought, but now we are a different country. That's it. The land creates a nation. The Second World War, if Japan would not attack the United States, Germany would win, for sure. And America was standing and watching what happened to England. So the blood connection, they lost it. They didn't have blood connection with England. Why? It's a separate country. Except one nation, without country, without land, we survived for 2,000 years. Why? Because of Shema Yisrael, Hashem Elokeinu, Hashem Echad. That pasuk, Jewish people said it all the generations. In Israel, in the United States, in Europe, in Australia, everywhere in the world. The same Shema Yisrael. We have the same Torah, the same Sefer Torah. Sephardim, Ashkenazim, we survived. How? Because of our Torah. And now, it's so sad. You know, people from Bukhara. In Bukhara, there are many decrees, Goyim, against Jewish people. And they kept their Judaism. They kept it. Mesirut Nefesh, they were fighting to keep their identification as Jews. And now, in America, people got money. Here they feel quiet, good. And Vayishman Yeshurun, Vayiv'at. Some people started to lose their identification. Without Shema Israel, without Torah, I'm telling you, Has v'Shalom, who knows what will happen? I don't want to say what will happen. So we have responsibility, Rabotai. My friend Rabbi Ilan Meirov, I got, last 2 years, I got closer and closer to him, and I saw what he is doing, and I know he told me that there are some organizations here that work very hard to bring children to Jewish education. No question of money. Some people support that. If someone wants to send his son to a Jewish school, he doesn't have to pay. They will take care of that. Even that. Many organizations here, but the children don't come. There is here a big organization, Be'er HaGolah. Last week I met them. Baruch Hashem, they are doing a great job. They have 400 children, and they said we have place for 800. But the children don't come. So Rabotai, everyone should feel responsibility. Like Rabban Yochanan ben Zakkai, he thought about the future of Am Israel. You have to think about the future of people from Bukhara. Bukhara, great place. You know, my father was living in Jerusalem. I grew up in Shchunat HaBukharim. Some people from Bukhara came to Jerusalem. My father was teaching them every day Torah, Torah. Baruch Hashem, many Talmidei Chachamim became. I had Kollel in my place, only students Bukharim. Only Bukharim. Baruch Hashem. 50 rabbis I made Bukharim. Now they are walking around country of Israel. Baruch Hashem. So what about you here? You have the biggest community of Bukharim here. So everyone should live here tonight and with decision. I have responsibility. I will tell you, Rabotai, a story. You know, everyone thinks I have influence. I can convince my friend. No. No, it's wrong. If you talk from your heart and you show him you care about him, you will be able to bring everyone. I will tell you a story. That story was about 100 years ago. Hafetz Chaim was holy man, the greatest posek, the greatest tzaddik. In any category you look at him, he was number one. Hafetz Chaim had yeshiva. In his city, Radin was a small city, he had yeshiva next to his house. He appointed Rosh Yeshiva, and students came and studied Torah. At that time, unfortunately, we had some Jewish reform, and they had influence. They wrote books, and one of the students was reading books, anti-religious. Step by step, he started to be Rasha, Apikoires. And he was fighting, arguing with his friends until they said, we don't want to talk to you anymore. One day, he told his friends, I decided to leave the yeshiva and to leave the Judaism. Goodbye. He left, he went back home. He didn't have, this man, he didn't have no brothers and no sisters, the only son. And his parents were tzaddikim, good people. When they heard what happened to their son, they were crying with tears, please, please, go back to yeshiva, please, be religious, please. And he loved his parents. It broke his heart. And he told his father, okay, I'm going back to the yeshiva. When he was leaving his house, his father came to him with tears and told him, give me your hand. He gave him his hand. I want you to swear to me you will not leave the yeshiva. Do you swear to me? He said yes. He went back to the yeshiva. When he reached the yeshiva, he thought, I don't belong to that place. I'm not religious. But he swore to his father. What to do with that? In a way, he didn't want to continue. In another way, he promised his father. Then he thought, I have an idea. I will not leave the yeshiva, but I will do something that the Rosh Yeshiva will tell me go. What he did, Shabbat morning, in the middle of Kriyat Torah, he entered the synagogue, he took a cigarette, boom, he lighted the cigarette. Wow! Everybody was shocked to see that inside the synagogue, Shabbat. So the Rosh Yeshiva looked at him, he was shocked. He said, Rasha, go away and never come back. Thank you. He left. He was the happiest. Baruch Hashem, I didn't leave. He told me to leave. Okay. Motzai Shabbat, he came, he packed his stuff to his luggage, and he was leaving the yeshiva. When he reached the door, by accident, Hafetz Chaim came the same second. Hafetz Chaim saw him leaving. He told him, where are you going? I leave the yeshiva. You leave the yeshiva? Why? He said, because the Rosh Yeshiva told me to leave the yeshiva. Rosh Yeshiva told you to leave the yeshiva? Why? He said, because I smoked a cigarette in the synagogue this morning. You smoke a cigarette Shabbat in the Bet Knesset? Yes. Hafetz Chaim said, okay, you have to leave the yeshiva. But before you leave, I have to talk to you privately. Okay. He went with Hafetz Chaim to his house next door. All the students were watching what Hafetz Chaim can tell to such a Rasha, a Pikoires. He came to the house, closed the door. After 15 minutes, suddenly the door opened, and the guy ran outside, was running and crying like a baby. Crying. And he ran to his bed. He was on his bed all the night, he was crying. Sunday morning, Hafetz Chaim came to the yeshiva and told the Rosh Yeshiva, look, this guy is Baal Tshuva. Accept him back to the yeshiva. The Rosh Yeshiva said, okay. Since that, this guy was learning day and night. He became tzaddik. He was learning, worshipping Hashem all the time. After 3 years, one day, he went to the house of Hafetz Chaim. He asked him to test him. He tested him. He asked him to give him semicha. Hafetz Chaim gave him semicha. He went back to the yeshiva. He showed his friends the semicha. He said, now, goodbye. I'm leaving. I go to America. And I'm going to change my last name because of my background, what happened to me. I'm going to change. I'm going to disappear. Okay, he disappeared. 50 years later, there was convention of rabbis in Miami. One of the rabbis, very old rabbi, was student in Yeshivat Radin at that time. And he made a speech and he said that story. And he said, it's a question, we don't know how a guy, 2 years, reading books, fighting, arguing, really a Pikoires. How come that 15 minutes with Hafetz Chaim changed him 180 degrees completely. We don't know. Okay, he finished his speech. All the rabbis went to eat lunch. Suddenly, one big rabbi, old rabbi, one great Rosh Yeshiva, from the greatest in the United States, sat next to him and told him, "Do you know me?" He said, "Of course I know you. You are a great Rosh Yeshiva." No. I asked if you recognize me. Recognize you? What do you mean? He said, "Don't you remember me from Radin Yeshiva? We learned together." You learn, yeah. You remember the student that said the story about him with Hafetz Chaim? I was the student. Wow. You were the student that made Hilul Shabbat, and you became now big Rosh Yeshiva. Wow. Tell me, please, what Hafetz Chaim told you? 15 minutes he convinced you completely. What did he tell you? He told him, "I will tell you what happened." We came to the house. Hafetz Chaim was very old, short man, pure eyes. I looked at his face. I saw that he's suffering. Big pain on his face. Big pain. And then he said one word, Shabbos. Shabbos. Then I saw tears. Tears in the eyes of Hafetz Chaim. Tears coming. And Hafetz Chaim repeated, Shabbos, Shabbos. And he started to cry. Hafetz Chaim was crying. I was shocked. I looked at him. Hafetz Chaim, Gedol Ador, he is crying because of me. I said, no, Rabbi, please, Rabbi, stop, don't cry, Rabbi, I promise you I will make teshuvah. But he cried more and more. I begged him, please, Rabbi, stop. I was crying with him. Please, don't. Rabbi, I promise you. I swear to you, I will be okay. I will be Yireh Shamayim. And he was crying. After 15 minutes, I couldn't suffer. I couldn't stay there anymore. I ran away. That was the story. Rabotai, I'm telling you, it's not only Hafetz Chaim can do that. Every one of us, if he shows his friends that they send their children to public school, if he shows them that he loves them, he cares about them, they will not tell him it's not your business. He will explain them with pain. He will give them an example. Look what happened to this, what happened to that. Please, take care of your children. I heard that 10,000 children here in Queens, Sephardim, don't get Jewish education. 10,000 children. Wow, what a number. It's terrible, Rabotai. So if we go, everyone has family, friends, neighbors, everyone. Everyone has influence. Someone can bring 2, 3, and another one can bring 50, 100. You can see people coming Shabbat to the synagogue, and their children come with them, but they go to public school. So now we see they come to the synagogue. But what will happen later? Some places people say, yes, I want Jewish education, but I don't have money to pay tuition, to pay to the school. I don't have money. But here, Rabotai, last week I met some people, one organization, Ashkenaz, they agreed to support, to give the money for every child that will leave public school, will go to religious school, Jewish religious school, they will pay for that. So, Rabotai, this is our mitzvah. I'm telling you, Rabotai, I came here for that. Last week, I had big appointment with some people. They want to work also in Israel. We have in Israel big organization of Talmudei Torah, schools. We have 172 schools. Baruch Hashem, Sephardim, all of them. And we see what is happening in Eretz Israel. You know, we have over 1 million children. They don't know to say Shema Israel. Nothing. You know, there is a joke we say in Israel. An inspector came to a school, like a public school, you know, in Israel, high school, no Judaism, nothing. He went to one class. He told the children, tell me please, who broke the luchot? You know, luchot abrit, tablets of testimony, yes? In Hebrew, luach abrit, luchot, also the black that they write on it, it's luach, blackboard, you call it? Blackboard. So, luchot, the same word. And he said, who broke the luchot? Nobody answered. So he told one of the children, you tell me, who broke the luchot? He got panicked. He said, I promise you, I swear to you, it wasn't me. I didn't break the luchot. He was shocked. He told the teacher, this is your student? He answered such a stupid answer. The teacher said, mister, don't talk like that about my student. I'm telling you, he's a good boy. I promise you, he didn't break the luchot. Terrible. So he went to the principal. He told him, look, this is your school. Look, I asked that question. That was the answer of the student, and that was the answer of the teacher. The principal said, hey, you make so big issue because of some luchot. I will pay for that. Rabotai, we laugh, but it's a sad joke. Sad joke. They don't understand. Once I was talking in high school, not religious. I said that joke. I'm telling you, believe me, nobody was laughing. Nobody. They didn't understand the joke. They said, yes, we didn't break the luchot. It's terrible. So, has v'shalom, children here can be like that. If they learn in public school, I'm telling you, even if they go Shabbat to the synagogue, they put tefillin every day, but who can be guaranteed that they will not marry a not Jewish girl? They will meet in high school, or the girls will meet a boy not Jewish. Nobody can say it will not happen to me. Nobody. So we have a way how to convince them. And also, you know, the problems in America with drugs, with education. Now everyone sees that the not Jewish education is not education. Everybody can say that. If we want education, no drugs, no smoking, no alcohol, no drunk, nothing, only yeshivot, we can see it. So this is also a way to convince people to do that. So first of all, Rabotai, I want to give big Yishar Koach to Rav Ilan Meirov. His organization, Hazak, Be'ezrat Hashem, will be Hazak and will make Keruv to many children, Be'ezrat Hashem. And also Rav Jarmin, Ba'er HaGola. I heard about that school, that he accepted to save neshamot. He says he is ready for next year, another 400 children. Another 400 children. So Rabotai, if we don't make it this year, Has v'shalom, what we will say, like Rabbi Yochanan ben Zakkai, we have to be sure we are going to Gan Eden. So everyone has to use all the power Hashem gave him. Hashem gave him mouth. Hashem gave him brain to use it, to have influence on people, to bring more and more children. Rabotai, next year I will come here not next year, before next year. I will come, Be'ezrat Hashem, soon. I want to see a revolution here, Be'ezrat Hashem. Revolution with the Jewish education. Revolution with the religion. And we will bring back Bukhara, the Judaism of Bukhara, the best in the world. We will bring it back to here, to this community. And all of us, Be'ezrat Hashem, together will go to Eretz Israel with Mashiach soon. Amen, ken yeh ratzon. Rabotai, before I leave, I want to give you special beracha. You had patience to listen to me, and I'm sure you are going to do that, Be'ezrat Hashem. So I want to give you beracha. Take it serious. Be'ezrat Hashem, it will be fulfilled. יהי רצון שימלא הקדוש ברוך הוא כל משאלות ליבכם לטובה ולברכה. ייתן לכם הקדוש ברוך הוא תורה ויראת שמיים, שפע של פרנסה טובה, בריאות טובה, אריכות ימים ושנים, נחת מכל יוצא חלציכם, תזכו לראות בתורתם, בשמחתם, בחופתם. אלו שלא נשואים יזכו לחופה בקרוב, יבנו בתים נאמנים בישראל, זרע קודש של קיימא, בנים ובנות לעבודתו יתברך. בכל אשר תפנו תשכילו ותצליחו, אמן כן יהי רצון.